Namaste, everyone. Have you ever really stopped to think about how India chooses its president and vice president? The two highest posts in the country. You might think, oh, it's probably pretty straightforward. But let me tell you, it's way more fascinating and a lot more complex than you'd imagine. So today, let's decode this whole thing together.
So your first thought is probably, hey, they're the top two jobs, so the election process must be identical, right? Well, socho phir se. That's not the case at all. In fact, the difference between the two is like night and day, a real zameen asman ka farak. And these aren't just minor details, they are super significant. So what are they? Let's get into it.
All right, first up, let's talk about the big one, the President of India. So who exactly gets to choose our head of state? Who has the power to vote? Okay, now take a look at this. The team that elects the president is huge. We're talking about a full-on all-India team. You've got your elected MPs from both the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, of course. But here's the kicker. You also have the elected MLAs from every single state assembly. And it doesn't even stop there. MLAs from union territories like Delhi and Puducherry also get a say. Now, why so broad? Well, it makes perfect sense. The president is the head of the entire Republic of India, representing both the union and the states. Okay, so that's the president's massive all-India team. Now, what about the VP? Who gets to vote for the vice president? The answer might actually surprise you a little.
And boom, here it is. The first major difference. The VP's electoral college is much, much smaller. It's a parliament-only team. That means only the elected MPs from the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. That's it. The state assemblies, they have absolutely no role here. A super clean, super clear distinction right there.
So we've seen who votes, right? The all-India team versus the parliament-only team. But believe me, the real difference, the asli farak, goes way deeper than just that. Let's really get into the nitty-gritty now. So, just to sum it up really simply, for the president, you've got this big mix, MPs and MLAs working together. It's a combined effort. But for the vice president, nope. The power is held exclusively by the members of parliament. It might seem like a small detail, but constitutionally, it's a massive fundamental difference. Okay, now this next part gets a little technical, but it's really cool, so stick with me. In the presidential election, not all votes are created equal. Crazy, right? There's a special formula used to give weight to votes based on a state's population. It's all about creating this perfect balance of power between the union and the states. But then you look at the VP's election, and it's totally straightforward. Every single MP's vote has the exact same value, 1. No complicated math, no complex calculations, just one person, one vote. So, with all these differences, who votes, the value of the vote, you must be thinking, is there anything these two elections have in common? And you know what? Amazingly, yes. Despite everything that's different, both elections run on the exact same, really clever system. And that system is called proportional representation. Now, this is not your typical first-past-the-post deal where whoever gets the most votes just wins. No, this system is designed to ensure the winner is someone who has a broad base of support, someone who reflects the true diversity of our country. It's not just about winning, it's about building a consensus. So how does this actually work? Well, it's called the single transferable vote system, and it's pretty neat. Instead of just picking one person, voters rank the candidates. This is my number 1 choice, this is my number 2, number 3, and so on. Now here's the best part. If your first choice gets knocked out of the race, your vote isn't wasted. It just gets transferred over to your next preference. Smart, huh? And to win, a candidate can't just have the most votes. They have to reach a certain minimum number, a quota. This ensures the winner is someone a majority of people can get behind, not just a simple plurality. So all of this brings up a pretty big question, right? Why? Why have such a complex system with all these different rules for the president and the VP? What's the thinking behind it all? And the answer? Well, it's all about the job itself. The design perfectly reflects the role. The president is the head of the entire state, representing both the union government and all the states. That's why both MPs and MLAs have to be involved. On the other hand, the vice president's primary job is to be the chairman of the Rajya Sabha, which is part of parliament. So it makes perfect sense that their election is limited to just the parliament. The process is tailored perfectly to the purpose. Yeah, so you see, none of this is by accident. It's not random. It is a meticulously, carefully thought-out design. The election method for each of these posts is deliberately tailored to match its unique function within our democracy. Every single detail has a solid reason behind it. So there you have it. We've seen how these two top elections are so different, yet they share this really interesting core philosophy. But I want to leave you with one final question to chew on. Does this complex system, with its proportional representation and its vote transfers, does it actually create a stronger, more representative democracy? Something to think about. सोचिए जरूर.